Alright, here we are. We are in an undisclosed location. Heaps of bedrock. You can probably see in the water here how clear it is at the minute. Yes, this is a very good gold dispensing creek. There's been a lot of gold put out of here, especially along this channel here. All this bedrock builds up on the left, all these beautiful, it's pretty centralising the gold into here, and that's just beautiful for us. All the hard work's done. Might do a bit of crevicing, but I'm going to start by panning a little bit, probably in under some of these rocks here. It's probably been heavily done, but I'm hoping they miss something. Maybe I'll get up there and try and move this big boulder later on. He's a monster in there, just stuck in the mud. So we'll have a look at him later. Yeah, on the pans we get. Alrighty, so I must have got about 6 or 7 of the Yabby pumpers loads into my classifier. I've classified him out. I've panned him. I've done all the hard work, so you didn't have to watch me panning it off. And we have 3 little bits. So they're not little. I don't know if my camera's going to pick them up well. I'll try and wash them. I just washed one away a little bit. Yeah, three little bits in there, which is a good start. Can't quite see them. I need to fix my camera up. But yeah, we'll get there. Let's keep going. That's a good start. That's it, fellas. That is the world's cheapest sluice. And I should say ladies and fellas. So, this thing here, we're actually going to test it today. Put it together myself if you hadn't noticed. It's made out of simple plyboard underneath. A couple of sticks on both sides. Got a bit of tarp that I've cut down the middle. And to catch the fine stuff at the end, a bit of grass. Good sluice mount that stuff if you're ever down the old creek. And then today we're going to test out this car mat. Now it is upside down because the ripples are better on this side, but it's for what it's done already. I've put a bunch of stuff that I've already sluiced through, and it catches the sands pretty good. So we're actually going to put through some pay dirt that I've collected. There's about 10 kilos there. I've taken some of the top stuff off. I haven't played with it too much, but I do know there's gold in this. So we're going to turn her on and we're going to run some of this through and see if we can catch any of it. It's all run by this little pump here. It doesn't put too much out, but that's also a good thing. I've just got it strapped to a bit of board so it doesn't vibrate off. Frame's made out of just some simple sticks, long sticks put together. Real easy to do, and just a bucket with a sinker on it. Run by the Dometic power box. Pretty good. Could run all day, charge all your phones, that box, but today we're using it for the old pump. So we'll just let me get organised and we'll get straight into it. So I'm hoping nothing actually makes it down here or gets stuck in here, but rather ends up in these top kind of slats there. So we'll turn him on. It's got a little switch here for convenience. That's just an added extra. There he comes. All we've got to do is just line him up a bit better. There we go. It's on a bit of a slant there, but it should come good. There we go. Perfect. Alright, straight in. You can do this quick. I've done it quick before, but for this I might try and do it slow because that was a bit wild, even for my liking. Maybe little bits. I'll do little bits. So it is catching the bigger stuff. Even in here, it's pooling nicely. The rocks are jumping around. But up in here is where we should start seeing the gold. Hopefully we get some soon so we can have a look. And I will repan all this stuff at the ends, just so I don't miss anything if this is a bit strong. But hey, that's what it is. It's all practice and trial and... Yeah, I was hoping we would have seen something by now. Okay, we're only on the top of the bucket, so it could have fallen down. It should have fallen down. Come on now. Where's the goal? Like if I started seeing it down here, I might adjust the board, but I'm sure it's going to be getting stuck in these cracks up here. You can't really see it on the camera, but there is fine rocks in all of these little holes. It's actually terrible on the camera. It's something that'll need upgrading. We'll do a couple more. Nothing's jumping out yet. Yeah, I don't know. I'll give this a turn off and we'll actually have a look here. The rest of it, I can't really see nothing, but it would be on the bottom in there. It's catching quite a fair bit of the fine stuff. Alright, I'm going to knock this into a bucket that I've got over here and we'll see what's in it. Give me a sec. Alright, all you need, half full bucket of water. You grab your top mat. I'm just showing you this in case you want to make something like this yourselves. Grab your mat. In the bucket, give him a splash. Alright, so I did wash both mats. I chucked them in the pan, put them all into this. I wasn't going to waste your time watching me do it because there wasn't much in it. But there is one speck. Can you see it? It's there somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's not much, but just off the top of the bucket, that's alright. Keep going. I've added an extra fibrous pad to the end of the run here just to catch any fine stuff that's coming off the end. Also have lifted it up just a little bit more to get a bit more downward slope. That was Mum's idea. Thanks, Mum. Say good day. Yep, thank you. Alright, so here we go. Some good flow.
Maybe you got to wet that down.
Oh, it'll wet. It should be alright. It's running onto it. Alright. Hey, come on now. Come on now. No. Yeah, let it go. That's fine. That'll catch it. Needs to be there for us to catch it there. As long as there's gold in here, it should be getting caught.
Yeah, man, that's better.
It's getting caught quite well on it, actually. Alright, keep feeding it. Uh-oh. There's some heavier bit there. haven't seen a picker yet, but hopefully.
Maybe why didn't you get some gold and run through and see what happens?
Like some of them I already got stuff. Well, that's kind of cheating.
Mix it back in. And
That's cheating. I'd rather just find new gold.
Well, you need to see if it's working. Let's see if it works. And that best catches it.
Yeah, like if there was gold, it would be getting caught in here. It'd be right at the bottom there, if not in the mat. Just want to get a good bit straight up just to have on the camera.
Yeah.
And then we can move on.
I don't think the holes are the shape it's working.
Oh no, they're great. It's because it is catching sand, I think.
Oh, maybe.
Really, the gold should be the only thing left in the cracks. I think I can see a speck in there, but... Oh, is that a speck there? I can't tell. Yeah, the camera's not great. Probably not. Whoa, a bird just landed on my head.
That's what's that in there?
Probably not
You
gold.
got me right glasses on, mate.
Yeah, you would definitely see gold.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it. How's this bird just hanging around?
Hey, hello. You need a drink? Hello. Hello. Is there not much fresh water around there?
Should be. Alright, well, we'll stop that and we'll actually pan this out and see if there's anything in this mat.
The bird came in, Nicky's right at your feet. And then you get a drink.
Did he? Yeah, that's cute. Alright, give me a sec, I'm going to chuck this in a bucket. Alright, I only did the pad and the mat, and I'll tell you what, all I got was that little one speck that's sitting near the top there. It's only a little, but if it catches that, it should be catching the bigger, heavier bits. So I'm just going to keep going. Maybe it's all been agitated down, but I'll pan that at the end anyway, so we'll see what happens. Onwards. Alright, this time we had 2 specks, so we must be getting closer to where all the action is in the bucket. I shouldn't have wet it down. I think that's what's gone wrong here, and all the gold settled down a bit further, but we'll keep going. I'll set him back up. Oh. Come on, big gal, let's go. The gold finder. Oh, come on, off the front. Alright, so I've used a whole bucket of water over there. Hopefully this time we have caught gold in these fine channels, which you can't see. But believe me, they are full of fine sands and small rocks. So if there was gold here, I'm nearly sure it would be up here. But you know, we'll get through this and we'll talk about that later. Because if it's not that, I'll put some gold on here and see where it sits. All right. Believe it or not, there was nothing in that. So either something's wrong with the mat and it's all in the bucket, or there's no gold in the bucket. But I'm going to keep going and we'll figure it out at the end. I'll pan that stuff later and figure it out, but let's keep going. We've got to keep going, that's where the gold is. Alright, so what I've done, I've gone ahead and I've flipped the mat back over to have above surface ripples this time, because something's going wrong. Alright, so I was panning this dirt earlier and I was getting some nice gold out of it. Like that's what I got out of a few pans just this morning before I started sluicing. So I'm really wondering why it didn't continue to be gold bearing. But like I said, I'll pan that off at the end and see what went wrong. But we're gonna flip him this way and have a look. All right, let's have a go. Right, it is catching a lot more material, but it's kind of pushing it out the ends and down the channels. But it should trap anyway. So look, I'll keep going. But it is kind of getting trapped. Maybe I'll drop him a bit further back. Can't really see it pushing it out, but it is. It's slowly pushing it out, but more so up over the edges over here. You can see some of it slipping away off the edge. Nevertheless, the gold mat at the end should catch it. Down in here. Yes. It's taken a lot longer to get off the mat. Might stop it there. That's it's holding too much. I might flip him over. See if it works better. I don't know if you can see it, but that there is my first bit of gold off the mat. And you can see where it is. It's right down the end here, finally trapped in there. So maybe I'm not getting enough grab up here, and it's all pushing down. So something to remember. Oh yeah. Turn him off and try and have a better look. Where is it? It's in there. Yeah, the camera is terrible. It's not going to let us see it. So that is gold. So I'm happy it's catching at least. Yeah, we'll check the mat. We'll do a pan. At the end I've been collecting, so maybe I'll pan it this time and we'll see what we've got. Give me a minute. Alright, so I did catch him. Caught him and a buddy. So that's good. That's a good positive that it is catching some gold. If there was more gold, I'm sure it would catch it. So I'll chuck him in my little jar and I'll get that out at the end, but that's a good start, I guess. Alright, that was a better run then. We're getting down to the bottom of the bucket now. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bit in here. Definitely can't see it. Very hard to see. One there. There's another bit in here. So we must be getting into the good stuff now. So I'm just going to quickly empty this pan into a bucket and I'll pan that all off later. Nice bit of clay or something there. But it's definitely catching before it hits here. So that's good news. This sluice is nearly a good sluice. So let me change this real quick. It's getting slightly better. It's a nice bit there, because there's 4 little specks and 2 bigger specks. You know, those big specks are probably 50 little specks, so I'd rather get them. Yeah, that's not too bad. Surely this bottom of the bucket's going to be the payload. Suck him up and we'll... Alright, sun's going down, mat's clean, bucket's coming down to it. I got some classifieds in there off the mat, so I'm going to pan them in a sec. There you go. Alright, let's do it. Alright, she's working great. Let's go. Oh, big chunk right there. The old jet plane going over is a bit loud, isn't it? Hey, Gemma. Alright, there is not much left in there. I've just finished that little bit. There's a bit of gold. Right at the top here, probably can't see him. There's one there. And then I did see a couple in here. I had a bit of a rock there, so hopefully when I pan this all out, she really shows what's been getting trapped in here. Looks good. I'll clean him up. Alright, final check here, and this pan has a few more specks in it than I thought. That's not too bad from the bottom of the bucket. I'll put it all together in a sec and we'll see what we got for the whole day, and you'll see why I was so expecting. Alright, so this is everything from the whole bucket. This bigger stuff over here is what I was panning this morning, and I was getting these bigger bits like that one there. And that's why I'm wondering if a lot of that was flying off the end of the sluice there, because I was only picking up small bits in the sluice. So roughly there's about 30 bits there. I'm going to go repan the other bit of dirt I've got over there, just to see if any of these big ones had just ran off the edge. So it's not a bad day, you know what I mean? Like, there is gold in that creek. I might actually, next video, I might actually do a bit of recording at the creek, and I'll dig deeper, I guess, because the top of the bucket was the last stuff I put in the bucket, and it had all these big bits of gold, so I must have just touched the top of the pay layer. So anyway, give me a minute, I'll do a wrap up, clean all this up, and I'll probably just catch this next time. So thanks for watching if you made it this far.